Welcome to the final video for the evaluation tool for content. This clip is aimed at those designing and/or creating learning resources. It seems sensible to me for those people to be aware of the elements that are used to evaluate the resulting content. Some are perhaps obvious, but for example, language associated with lower order thinking skills and higher order thinking skills may not be so obvious. Okay, let's take a closer look at what I mean. My name's John DL, and not wishing to preach to the converted, it would be sensible for viewers of this clip to have watched the previous 3 clips. From a learning resource design and/or creation point of view, the evaluation tool for content identifies the 5 elements used to evaluate the content, shown here. Media is one of those that I would consider obvious. When using the evaluation tool for content, those who will be tasked with designing and/or creating learning resources are, as you can see here, made aware of any text, images, video and/or animations used must be relevant to the learning objectives. The evaluation tool for content also makes it clear that other elements don't count unless they contribute and/or are relevant to the learning objectives. That doesn't mean to say that fancy slide transitions shouldn't be used. It just means that they don't count when evaluating content. Even greater emphasis is made if they work through the 25 options made available in the media section, reading the text on the resulting screens, and then selecting the top option from the 2 offered each time. Obviously, after the 25th, they would select the bottom option to be taken to the next step, which is here. Those who are learning about or who are tasked with designing and/or creating learning resources will be made aware of the 3 things needed to improve the evaluation score for content. For colour and size, it's about background colour, text size and/or font type, and the learner's ability to easily be able to adapt them. For learners who find it difficult to read, the question is, are alternatives offered? The evaluation tool for content raises their awareness of options open to them. The third part of accessibility and personalization is differentiation. Here, those who are learning about or are tasked with designing and/or creating learning resources are made aware of the need, wherever possible, to include links to a range of appropriate resources, materials, etc., including those on and off the VLE, some ebooks, textbooks, etc., as can be seen here. The next element is probably the most useful for those who are learning about or who are tasked with designing and/or creating learning resources. Why? Well, it raises awareness of the wording of questions linked to the higher order thinking skills and/or the lower order thinking skills included within proposed or existing content. Based upon Bloom's revised taxonomy, the evaluation tool for content goes through each of the lower order thinking skills and the higher order thinking skills in turn, starting with remembering. Here, those who are learning about or who are tasked with designing and/or creating learning resources are made aware of the types of things learners are doing for this lower order thinking skill, plus some examples and types of questions as shown here. The section does the same for all 6 of the higher order thinking skills and the lower order thinking skills. Next, the next element raises awareness of those who are learning about or who are tasked with designing and or creating learning resources of the importance of providing quality feedback. The first screen provides an awareness raising overview that's followed by, as with the media section, options that users can select to further raise their awareness. To get even more information, they should use the back to the previous page button to investigate other options. For example, to find out about online and or offline options for feedback. The final element of the evaluation tool for content is accuracy and suitability. It just re-emphasizes the 5 things that all content should have checked. Accuracy, clarity, real-world context is authentic, the appropriate level for the learners, and that there are no concerns about copyright. I hope this has helped to raise awareness of the potential use of the evaluation tool for content with design and content development learners, and or to heighten awareness of others designing or creating resources. If you've got any questions about the tool and or its use, please feel free to contact the GIST Regional Support Centre for the Northwest using the email address shown here. Constructive feedback is also welcomed. That's all from me, John Diel.